came out yesterday. So we are welcoming in Savage Game Studios, expanding the community of PlayStation Studios, welcome to the family, Savage Game Studios. Now, Savage Game Studios is a mobile game studio, so this is a very interesting one. This whole thing of what they're showing about PlayStation Studios bringing in a mobile game, but I do have a thought. I do have a major thought on this of like what this might be entailing for this studio. So let's jump into it here. So let's read this first, and then if I'll give some thoughts while I'm reading it. Hello PlayStation. Yeah, Herman Holtz, head of PlayStation Studios. Hello PlayStation Nation. Yeah. Today we announced that we have entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Savage Game Studios, a hugely talented team of creatives with many years of experience making some of the most popular mobile games enjoyed by players around the world. They were founded a few years ago with the goal of fearlessly exploring bold new ideas. We share their tireless ambitions to innovate, along with a continued drive to expand our audience and bring PlayStation to more people than ever before, making them a perfect fit to join PlayStation Studios. I'll turn it over to Mikhail Katkov, CEO and co-founder of Savage Game Studios, for proper introduction. So, along with continued drive to expand our audience and bring PlayStation to more people than ever before. So this is one part marketing, one part kind of Herman telling you that, yeah, we're going to try and jump into mobile gaming because mobile gaming is one of the biggest platforms in the world. I don't care for mobile gaming whatsoever at all. I just think it's a big old loot box fest, as all mobile game ever turns into being. Is like you need to buy this, that, and the other thing to end up going on and do more missions over here, or sometimes you can only play for a certain amount of rounds, and then you're out of power or stamina or whatever the case may be for a 24-hour period or whatever. So yeah, it is interesting seeing PlayStation diving into that realm of things, but it definitely makes sense to jump into that realm because it makes a ton of money. And yeah, like PlayStation, of course, they want to make more money. That's a business. PlayStation is a business. There's a reason why they are also bringing every single PlayStation Studio title over to the PC, because again, it's about making as much money as you possibly can. But on the flip side of that too, not only are you making money, but you're also bringing PlayStation IPs and characters and everything over to even more of a larger group of a player base. So if you can bring in those player base with those characters that they might find that is really cool. Like if somebody plays Days Gone on PC and there's nothing else on PC like Days Gone, they might want to pick up a PlayStation and get maybe a Ratchet and Clank or a God of War or something later on. So it makes sense. So established in 2020, led by myself and fellow co-founder Najim Adhir and Michael McManus. Savage Game Studios was born of our many years of mobile game development experience, spanning a number of massively successful global IP. Our guiding vision was a creative space where experimentation and taking risks weren't warily avoided, but rather eagerly embraced. We've all worked at big studios, and while we respect the advantages of ample resources, we want to stay small and nimble so we could call our own shots. So why then would you go with PlayStation Studios? Because they're not afraid to take chances. Amazing catalog of IP, and the fact that we will benefit from the kind of support that only they can provide. Now, that's one thing that we will benefit from support that PlayStation can provide. Hard question is, why wouldn't we? And that's something that I've been seeing a lot of studios. When the studios go and jump in with the PlayStation Studios branding or become partnered with Sony and PlayStation, that's what every single one of them keeps saying, that same thing over and over again. Why not? You get so much funding, you get so much time and ability to make the game as perfect as you want it to be. within a reasonable amount of time frame. But you just get the funding enough to be able to create new technology if you need to, or to upgrade your studios so you can have technology that is already existing that you might want to use, like a mocap suit or a voiceover of some kind, or animation studios, artist studios, whatever. You can upgrade everything tenfold if you have that much more funding from PlayStation Studios. So why wouldn't you jump into that? Why wouldn't you do that? I keep hearing that over and over and over again, and it's great because there was a point in time when PlayStation didn't do that stuff during the PS3 era, and ever since the PS4 era caught on, and we've had the current guard that's in there working with all these studios and everything. It's just been love all the way around. So it's great seeing it. We can't wait to show what we've been working on. As we assured you before, our plans to bring select titles to PC, our efforts beyond console is in no way diminish our commitment to the PlayStation community, nor our passion to keep making amazing single-player narrative-driven experiences. Tremendous year for games on PS5 and 4 with huge releases. Yes, no, and on highly anticipated God of War Ragnarok, absolutely. PSVR 2 is also on the horizon, promising a huge leap in presence and immersion, bolstered by best-in-class software like Horizon Call of the Mountain. Proud of our releases on PC as well. Spider-Man and Uncharted, giving gamers PlayStation hardware a taste of our amazing library. Yeah. So what I wanted to actually really talk about too is just because they're mobile game developers, that does not mean that they don't know how to make AAA, big budget titles. There was the Order 1886. That was a PSP division team, and PSP, you might as well just say it's a mobile phone. That's it's the same kind of hardware limitations that you'd have with a mobile phone. And those guys made the Order 1886. That game, say whatever you want to about it. It looked really good graphically. It handled pretty solidly. And yeah, maybe the story was a little bit short or whatever, but overall, the presentation on it was actually really top notch. Now, you take that type of a development, team that could do something like that. I'm not saying that this team worked on that one, but I'm just saying like a team that knows how to do, games because maybe they have worked on AAA, but now they're working on a mobile game. But just the fact that that they can actually jump back into the AAA environments, and maybe they have that hunger and that passion to make a bigger project. They just didn't, they're not aligned with a studio to do it at that second. PlayStation's given them the opportunity to be like, okay, well, here is the big AAA game that just sold a ton. We're going to bring this over to PC. It's all these different opportunities that are arriving for a mobile game division. So I don't think when you hear this, Savage Game Studios is joining a newly created PlayStation Studios mobile division. I don't think PlayStation is just being like, okay, you guys are going to do mobile games and that's it. I think what it's going to be is like, hey, we could use a third party team to, it's like outsourcing, but inside the PlayStation realm of funding, which is great because then Sony doesn't, they're not, or PlayStation, well, Sony and PlayStation, both the divisions are not, gorging money on external development teams. Everything is still, plus also if they want to take, say they get something working on mobile and they haven't been able to figure it out on console or vice versa, they can share those secrets in between the PlayStation Studios family. And there you go. Development is, possibly that much easier and quicker. You don't have to figure out how to reverse engineer somebody else's stuff that they did that got it working right. You can just kind of ask them if really need be. So yeah, it's pretty cool to hear in this announcement. I'm not crazy about mobile gaming. I care less about mobile gaming, but if those studios can come through and help work on, they're already working on a newly unannounced AAA mobile live service action game. That's more money in the pocket of PlayStation. Okay, cool. Maybe that money can be pushed into getting something else done. Say they want to remaster Killzone, 1, 2, and 3, the original trilogy or something. Maybe these guys can help work on that remaster of that. Again, just because they are a mobile game developer does not mean that they're only going to be working in mobile games. They can work with other stuff too. So it's the game industry. You never know who's going to be working on what. That's just one of the cool things about it. So overall, it's cool. It's good seeing that PlayStation is bringing in even more developers into the realm of the PlayStation Studios. So hopefully we see them do something really cool, really big, and really exciting in the future. Who knows? Maybe they'll do something of a mobile game, and I might actually check it out. I don't know. I really don't care for mobile gaming, but it's not to say that I'm against it. I just don't care for it. So yeah, who knows?